So now they have a chance to peak here in the second round.
Precisely. So, again, first time in NCAA history to have a second round in our volleyball competition. And from what we've seen with the other sports and tournaments na merong second round, iba ang labanan dito. Kasi syempre, meron ka ng blueprint kung paano maglaro yung mga teams, meron ka ng tape. So, you prepare for them a little bit better. And EAC, well, starts off very well here, picking up from where they left off against the Lady Cardinals.
Diana starting it off with a down-the-line hit.
And this is a good sign, Gaira, for EAC. You know, a confidence-boosting point against the defending champions. Si Dorog ang maglilibero ngayon para sa Lady Blazers. I just saw her enter. Razonable with a drop. This is going to be safe. Then Sing. Formento over to the other side. Razonable. Then Sing again. Catching the spot at the back.
Getting that corner pocket. Then Sing just knows where to put that ball.
15 points in the previous game. Next generation for the Lady Blazers. And this is a great transition para dito sa Benilde. No? You got formidable players, rookies, but they're playing like they are veterans. That they've been here for a few years already.
The way they're banking on each other for confidence and just to be with each other, and that's where teamwork comes in, and that's where the dream will work.
And right now, EAC is rolling here, proving to us that they are legit. Alex Razonable on deck to serve.
And also with Coach Rod Palmero, he's been with the team for so long.
Yeah.
So this is where he harvested. He's starting to harvest, of course, what he was training in the past years.
Because I think before, Gaira, ang kulang sa EAC talaga, syempre, panapos, and that enough firepower to sustain them in games. Because floor defense, they were very good. Pero yung firepower nila, you know, the number of spikers that can do and spike and score consistently until the very end, dun sila nagkukulang dati.
And that's what we've been talking about last season as well. Sabi nga natin, ang bibilis nila sa loob ng court. Yun nga lang, they can't convert it into a point. But look at Benilde, they're just trying to catch up with EAC. Lieses off of the back row.
And we saw this against JRU. Lieses attacking from behind. So Benilde is down by just a point here. Ayodin Singh. That's a good pass to Formento. Middle drop doesn't work. Basilio sending it to the back row again. Formento. Dayanan. And Dayanan scores. EAC retaliates.
Dayanan with a great target going for Densing.
How about EAC? Toe-to-toe with the Lady Blazers here. And, you know, despite it being against the first-year players of Benilde, ito kasing sistema ng Lady Blazers, kahit sino namang ilagay mo, as long as the system is there, and as long as the, you know, the skill work and the work rate is the same, you're still gonna get the same quality of play on the court. So, pag nasasabayan mo, kahit sinong player ng Benilde, it has to boost your confidence a little bit on the court.
Well, that's thanks to Coach Jerry and Coach Onyok Getigan. They've been working hand in hand for a long time with these players with the same system. So a lot of players have graduated, but they trust what their players can do. First six or second six again.
That's Coach Onyok and consultant Jerry Yee. On your screens right now, Rhea Magalona activated at the middle. So Formento with some variations here on offense early on. 7-5 tayo. EAC pa rin ang abante. Lieses will rise. Formento with the underhand setup. Pero it's another set for Dayanan. That goes outside.
That was actually too high for Dayanan. You can see that she waited before going for that spike. So that was quite a miss hit as well.
Yeah, I was puzzled why Rhea didn't get it. Ano? Siya pa yung sineta pa niya ulit. So, that's a nice serve. Over-received, but Formento with quick reflexes. Jaja Villena, left-handed save. Lieses on the approach.
Good touch on that block.
Formento, over to the other side. Drop ball, off speed, not gonna work. Balik sa EAC. Formento tracks it down. Eto na, si Dayanan. Pumuntos yan kanina dyan. Back row hit for Densing. They go back to Botonal here, who is denied.
Good read by Benilde's blockers.
Longest rally so far. Lieses checked by the blockers.
Good timing by Dayanan and Villena, but no coverage coming from Benilde.
Let's go to our technical timeout. EAC ahead by 2.
Kilalang-kilala ngayon si Carlos Yulo sa kanyang double gold sa Paris. Pero alam nyo ba na mayroon nang naunang Carlos na naglaro sa Olympics na tubong NCAA? Siya'y walang iba kundi si Carlos Caloy Loizaga na nagpa-champion sa San Beda Red Lions ng 3 beses noong 1950s. Lumahok si Loizaga ng 2 beses sa Olympics.
Sa ating laban, EAC against Mapua. Well, we weren't exactly surprised na nanalo yung EAC because they've been showing some improvements this year. We were more surprised by the way they did it. They swept Mapua, who was 7-2 coming in.
Also with 37 spikes, you can see the choice of reason. Number 18, Alex Razonable, just hitting it off. And like we said, she's the reason why EAC won in this match versus Mapua. She has 15 points off of 13 attacks and 2 blocks.
The choice of reason with a Z. Alex Razonable with 15 markers. Oh, that's a good dig. Back row hit. Off speed ang pinili doon ni Budonal. Lieses. Formento goes to Villena at the middle.
EAC showing composure here early in the first set. And you can see how Benilde has been struggling just reading how EAC moves. But from the blocking to the defense, EAC is doing everything.
Yeah. And Formento, I credit the play of EAC right now to their setter in Formento, who is pushing the right buttons, choosing the right players. and mixing up the offense to make it more unpredictable.
Ondangan is now in for Benilde.
Oh, Christie doesn't waste time, scores right away.
Right on cue, fresh from the bench.
One of the vets of this Benilde team, Christie Ondangan.
And good play as well for Benilde because kahit misreceive na, si Ondangan pa rin yung binigyan, but it was a high ball.
Tayanan, inangguluhan. Went down the line, challenging Getigan.
Dayanan with her favorite hit. She's been going down the line here in the first set. Also, we have to take note that there has been a substitution as well for Benilde.
Yeah. So,
we have Basarte who came in
Yeah.
for Basilio.
So, magpapalit na ng diskarte dito si Coach Onyok. That's Ondangan sending it outside. 11-7 lead, biggest so far for the Lady Generals. EAC continues to surprise everybody.
And what I'm loving about EAC is that although right now they're at the bottom of the ranks, they're not playing like it, and how they're presenting themselves is not like that as well. It's like it's very normal for them today.
Parang ano to, no? Wala, usual lang. Ganito na kami maglaro, matagal na.
Exactly.
Diba?
Good save, although that goes out.
So, Lieses stops the bleeding for the Lady Blazers. That's a much-needed point for Benilde here to end that EAC mini run. 8-11 is the tally. Ito si Lieses. Manggagaling naman siya sa likod ngayon. Formento. Villena. Oh, guiding it to the right side. So, now, look at Jaja Villena. Read the defense first before she made the decision. Oh, these are, ito si Lut, Georgina Lut, right there alongside other EAC players who are not suited up today. Whoa, then Singh, but that is dug up. Podonal from the back. Basarte over to Lieses this time. And the block goes out, and that's a point for her.
Lieses going off the blockers. And you can see right now for Benilde, they're much more in system with Basarte coming in.
She's the more experienced setter. That's Ondangan committing the service error. This is Zach Nolasco checking in for the first time. Papalitan itong si Badion. So, unti-unti, ipinapasok na ni Coach Gitigan ang kanyang mga veterano. So, I wonder at what point does he insert Mike Kago and Wewe Estoque, Katarig as well. Podonal overcooks it. Oh, EAC is looking for a check, so they will challenge.
What we're loving about the NCAA Season 100 is that we have a challenge system here, even during the elimination round.
At itong EAC, they were sure of that. You know, they were certain because they were celebrating after the attack. Immediately after, they celebrated the point. So they thought that the referee saw it. But tignan natin, block touch. But how impressed are you so far of the EAC Lady Generals, Kara?
Well, I've been seeing it time and time again in this match. Grabe yung pinapakita nilang energy, and also they're playing like veterans even though they're in the low ranks right now. They're not playing like it. It seems like they're in the top 5. How much they want this match. No jitters at all.
Yeah. They are 3-7. Itong EAC Lady Generals. But again, this is much improved play coming from them. Parang nakabuti talaga sa kanila yung Holy Week, ano?
Yes, good break.
Yeah, good break. Got some clarity. Was able to rest and reflect. And now, they're looking like a revitalized team And usually, ito yung napapansin din natin as we see the Lady Generals here. They have reason to celebrate, at least here in set number 1. First round, you know, we didn't have the cameras, the lights, of course, the external factors as we see this call here. Tignan natin muna kung ano yung magiging tawag dito. Ooh! Yeah. Pinky and middle finger. Yung dinaanan doon nung atake. So EAC will score the point and establish their biggest lead. Maikago.
That was a good eye by EAC.
So Maikago coming in for the first time. Graduating player for the Lady Blazers. Na dapat parte ng batch nila Cloan, Pascual, and Hentapa, and Mitch Gamit. But, you know, she spent a year recovering from an ACL tear. Alex Razonable unleashes an ace.
Just perfect form for the EAC Lady Generals with their targets, their game plan. Everything is just working out for this team.
Wow! 15-9. Razonable. Again,
Strong
loaded
serve.
serves, yeah. Dancing puts it down.
Densing answering with a loaded spike of her own, going down the line for Benilde.
That's the right swing. Right decision for Aya Densing. I need more of that from her. As in, be able to find the consistency, at least here in the first. Bodonal, too low.
Could not put that one over. Too controlled.
So, 2 quick ones for the Lady Blazers here. As Bodonal commits the attack error. Oh, masyado mababa.
But we're seeing a lot of veterans now for Benilde, so this is their chance to tie things up with EAC and get the first set if they can.
Whoa! And for Mento, yeah, taking the gamble on the 1-2 play, and we reach our second technical timeout with EAC ahead by 5. Balik sa ating laban, NCAA Season 100. And if you are in your running era, please join us tomorrow, April 27, Sunday, the NCAA Centennial Fun Run happening at Ross Boulevard. Okay, para sa mga gustong sumali, yung mga race kit po available sa sports office ng NCAA member schools. And I think the main organizer of this fun run is Dr. Lorenzo, who is a runner himself. So, yeah, he's from EAC. He is with his son right now. Of course, always watching here, especially on weekends.
Well, I know someone who would be very excited
Who?
to join that. Ikaw!
Hindi, mag-host lang tayo. Chillax lang tayo. Meantime, EAC with a 6-point lead. This will be challenged by Benilde. So, block touch challenge this time.
But EAC is saying that they did touch that ball.
Okay. Inamin na.
And you know what? This is good also that you're honest during the match because sometimes the challenge takes a while for it to be shown. So eto, para for them not to lose momentum, inamin na agad nila.
That was Rhea Magalona admitting to touching the ball. Razonable, good first ball. Dayanan. Pasarte choosing Nolasco again. Back-to-back points for Zach Nolasco. Eto na.
Good play by Benilde. And what's different now is they're banking on their middle blockers, not for that zero tempo or 8 quick attacks, but for those higher sets, which has been working well for them.
Yeah, it's not you're right, not zero tempo or quicks. Pero kumpiyansa sila sa palo ni Nolasco. For Mento. Podonal off the block. Here's Nolasco again, this time tips it. Nice save. Back row hit. Easy up. Nolasco again. Overshoots it this time.
Nolasco was already under that ball. Quite a flat ball as well, sending it out.
And even the mistakes, we don't see this usually from Benilde, Gaira.
It's a very different squad we're seeing here, actually, in the first set.
17-13. Tignan natin kung may panapos dito ang EAC. Oh, sobra yung receive, pero si Basarte was alert at the net.
Nay Basarte, you can't count her out, especially if she's in the front row. She's still an attacking setter. Look at that form.
Basarte. Now she's gonna be the primary setter. She's been playing behind Cloan Mondoñedo all of those years. Sam Nolasco commits the error. And again, uncharacteristic for Benilde.
You know what? Benilde has been trying to gain momentum, but they're breaking it on their own as well because of those errors.
Yeah. So it's back to a 4-point lead. And here's Bodonal. Again, EAC loaded yung mga pinapakawalan na serve. Ondangan. Not gonna work. Here's Villena with a strong push. Back row hit. Oh! Teka lang.
Net touch on the EAC Lady Generals.
Sayang yung magandang dig doon ni Bodonal. This will be an error on EAC now. Here's an opening for the Lady Blazers. Let's see if they can take advantage. Basarte. Formento. Razonable. Pumalik sa kanila. And back set this time. Tayanan had to adjust. And comes up short.
Tayanan had a hard time putting that ball over. It was too high.
Si Coach Rod calling the timeout.
Timeout by EAC.
Gumamit kayo ng mga atake na yung iba. Huwag tayo laging ganun. Huwag tayo mag-hesitate. Ha? Tauhin natin, tingnan muna natin yung pasa. Para hindi tayo nababagsakan. Tingnan natin tao kung sino nasa harapan. Okay? Kapag yung Basarte nasa ibabaw, try nyo dalhin sa down. Ha? Okay? Pasa muna tayo.
Mamaya makikita natin yun kasi nasa likod pa ngayon si Basarte. She's gonna serve.
Good game plan by Coach Rod. But then again, yeah, like you said, nasa service area na itong si Basarte. But that would be a good target earlier before that timeout.
Kasi siya yung mas maliit na blocker sa harap. Cross-court hit. Doesn't work for Tayanan. This is tracked down by Formento. Razonable scores!
And a good choice of reason for EAC. Look at that target going for zone 6.
And again, EAC stayed composed here in the first set.
But you know what, Martin? What I've been seeing in this match is the battle of defense as well.
Yeah.
EAC is just having their, well, it's their usual defense, but as mentioned, but Benilde is having a hard time reading the attacks of EAC.
That's right. So, yung magandang floor din ng EAC is being complemented now with good playmaking and right attacks. Benilde will challenge again. This will be challenged. So challenge on the block touch. Teka, aamin ba ang EAC?
Admission of 4.
Umamin sila ulit.
Well, good for EAC. They're still trying to hold on to that momentum. Timeout by Benilde.
So ito, Coach Jerry. So dalawang beses, dalawang sunod, umamin itong EAC para hindi maputol yung momentum nila, Gaira. So it's 17-19. Pero ang tricky lang dito sa sequence natin, ito timeout pa rin si Coach Jerry for us to be forced to a stoppage in the match.
Well, of course, he would want to just instruct his players to get back on the court,
Serving
follow
now
the
for the
system.
Benilde Lady
Pero
Blazers,
ngayon,
team
nagsistruggle
captain,
itong Benilde to
Goal.
actually find their usual system.
Yeah. Taikago at the service line.
Sharp serve.
For Mento. Underhand setup for Razonable. And Alex Razonable continues to roll.
Everything is working out well for the EAC Lady Generals.
The Lady Generals.
Miscommunication
are now at 20.
happening on the floor defense of Benilde as
On
well.
deck to serve, Villena.
She has been the clear ace player of this EAC team. Jaja Villena. Pasarte to Ondangan, too strong again. 21-17. Oh. So
The
EAC
ball was
actually
touched by
admitted
the
to
Lady
it.
Generals.
Na may touch, ano?
That's the point for the Lady Blazers.
They've been very honest in this
Now
match.
serving.
Team honest.
Ondangan.
Itong EAC. All right, so it's Benilde who gets the point. Ondangan gets another one.
Sharp serve.
Razonable. Even while moving sideways. Alex Razonable.
Going through the blockers, you can see how EAC is well prepared for this match. Down the line on Densing's hand.
And I like her, you know, she has that unusual
21
style of
serving,
jumping. Ano?
AP.
Kasi pagilid eh. Umeere. Pero parang dun siya komportable.
And she reads those blockers and the defense of the other side in order to get the points.
Yeah. Densing!
Densing on the other hand, bringing in firepower for the Lady Blazers.
Ito tayo. Dito sa set number 1. Aya
Nice team
Densing
serving, 21.
delivers. 21-19.
You have Basarte in the front row right now where
Yeah.
Coach Rod was saying
Oh,
his
sa kanya
instruction.
padaanin. Ooh! The strong tip for Zam Nolasco. It is down to 1. Teka lang. Hindi pa tapos.
Good target by Nolasco. Miscommunication on the defense by EAC.
Alimen comes in for the first time, replacing her buddy. Itong si Erica Budonal. Sharp serve again.
But good pass.
Ito na si Alimen. She is
Block.
red at the net. 21 all.
And Benilde is finding their footing here in the first set. You can see the defending champions are back.
Ito na, nagising
Scores
na
all 21.
with the entrance of the veteran players. Benilde comes alive here. Formento. Back row hits. Goes
Attack was out.
outside.
Point
So
for
Benilde will take the lead for the first time.
Well, although EAC had a better start,
Yeah.
The Lady
we
Blazers
need a
now
better
have
finish
the
for
lead,
them if they want to win here in the
22-21.
first set. But you can see just this champion spirit
Yeah.
of Benilde.
Oh, they're used to being in these kinds of situations. Nolasco with a soft touch.
They go back line.
Pasate. Lieses puts it down. It is now a 5-0 run for the defending champions.
Ashley SS just getting her confidence back.
Timeout, Coach Rod.
Ito sa inyo, situational yan eh. Huwag kayong tumigil pag sa depensa. Expectin nyo yung mga bagay na alam nyo, di ba? Biglang dadating sa atin. Kuha tayo ng kuha ng bola eh. Jing, sino nasa ibabaw? Di ba sinabi ko sa dugout kanina? Sino nasa ibabaw? Huwag mo paluin sa malaki. Dinadala mo pa sa cross court. Yung, andun, gamitin mo yung kamay nitong kabila. Huwag yung sa...
And this was what we were saying earlier that, but look at that spike from Ashley SS. What Coach Rod was mentioning is that his open spiker should be targeting that down the line, especially if you have Shanae Bazarte in the front row. Kasi nga, si Nolasco, ang bigger blocker here for Benilde, so you can't just put the ball through her.
That's right.
Alimen again, going down the line this time, off the block.
So, quick response from Jing Alimen because the instructions during the timeout, as you heard, were directly for her.
Alamen is actually, if I'm not
22
mistaken, she was an
serving
FEU graduate in high school. So this is the firepower that they recruited for EAC.
So 22-23. Oh, Zam Nolasco.
Samantha.
Very hard to stop. Powering over the net. Set point for Benilde.
EAC with a good start, Benilde with a better finish. They're just 1 point away from taking this first set.
Kanina, nasasalo nila yan. Now, with a more veteran at the middle, more veteran player that is, Anformento. Tinulak na lang yan ni Alimen.
Good control.
1-2, doesn't drop. Here is Alimen, that bounced off the net. Nolasco ends the set.
Nolasco with that power tip in the middle ends it for Benilde, taking this win in the first set. But EAC just showing good things here in the first set as well.
The Lady Blazers ending the first set on a 7-1 run. And they take the lead, 1-0. When we return, highlights, numbers, and set number 2.